So I like memes. Not in a weird way. Just, you've had a long day, you sit down, and you watch 15 minutes people falling over. Or maybe a bunch of cats doing something wrong. Perfectly reasonable. The problem is the compilations on YouTube are sometimes 40 minutes long and have a guy screaming all over it. Or they have the same 15 clips from 2019.
She said she was 12!
Some of them still have that music. You know which music I'm talking about. So I thought, fine, I'll make it myself. I'll curate it myself. I'll make sure that things that are actually good are included. How long can that take? It takes ages. You have to find the clips, download them, make sure that the aspect ratios match so it's not just some weird ransom note of videos. Titles so you remember what you're watching, then you render it, and wait. Wait as FFmpeg does whatever FFmpeg does, which is apparently processing a video just by thinking really hard. I did this manually, once, and only once, and I thought there has to be a better way of being this lazy. The idea is simple. One command, eventually one button press, does everything. It goes to Reddit, grabs the top videos for whichever subreddits I configure, downloads them, re-encodes them all to the same resolution, titles them, burns the title into the corner so I know what I'm watching, and stitches the whole lot into one compiled video. Fully automatic, I just watch the result. Here's how it actually works. The source of content is Reddit, which is by design. You see, Reddit's essentially a curated database of whatever the internet found funny in the last week. It's broken down by topic, and it contains an upvote system that filters out all the bad content before I even get there. It's doing half the curation work for me. The subreddits I pull from are in a config file. I'll show you that in just a second, which means that the entire flavor of the compilation changes just by editing one line of text. So this is how it works. This hits the Reddit API and pulls the top post from the last month. I'm filtering for posts that have a native Reddit video attached. So no links to all the sites, no images, and anything over 50 seconds gets cut. This is a meme compilation, not a documentary. The subreddits and how many clips I want from each one are all in here, a config file. Which means changing what goes into the compilation is just a matter of editing a text file. Once it has a list of videos, this runs, which downloads each one using YouTube DL. Reddit separates video and audio into separate files for some reason, so this handles the merging of them. And then this is an FFmpeg script that re-encodes everything to 1920 by 1080. Pads anything that isn't the right aspect ratio with black bars, it burns the post title into the bottom right corner, and concatenates all of it into one output file. Then it cleans up the temp file and you're left with one compiled video. That's the whole pipeline. Running a Python script through a terminal window works fine, but I wanted something more. Something that felt like I was actually doing something, rather than just typing in Python main.py into the terminal like a normal computer person. So I built one. Two, and it got a little bit out of hand. Each module has an ESP32 microcontroller, an OLED screen, a button on top, a cherry keycap, and a pogo magnetic 5-pin connector. The button is wired to GPIO 6 and ground. If you press it, the pin goes low and the trigger fires. That's the simple part. The less simple part is what happens when you connect more than one of them. When you power these on, they negotiate automatically. The first one to boot checks a shared flag pin. It's low, nobody's claimed master yet. And here it's just claimed that now. So it sets the pin high, declares itself master, and then connects to the Wi-Fi. When we grab the second module and we connect it, like so, you can see here it's done the exact same negotiation, but since the master has already declared itself as the master, it's now the slave and runs all communication through the master. It checks the same pin, it's high, master already exists, so it becomes a slave. Announces itself over a serial bus, then it waits. No configuration, no setup, they just figure it out themselves. When I press the slave button, you can see that it triggers both animations as the message is going from the slave to the master before being broadcast out. With the master, you can see that that animation is triggered when the broadcast is coming strictly from the master only. Master broadcasts it over Wi-Fi, everything connected hears it. Same result from the other direction. It doesn't matter which button you press, The messages have identifiers on them, so you can press either or have them in different arrangements, but each button will trigger each action. When a trigger fires, the screen plays this. It's a 20-frame animation stored as bitmaps directly on the microcontroller, not with SD cards or any external storage. It just lives in flash memory. Spent more time on this than I'd like to admit. Moving on. On the PC side, there's a Python listener watching the serial port. When it gets a trigger signal from the button, it runs main.py. And that's the entire bridge between the hardware and the software. Let me show you. Right, everything's connected. I genuinely don't know if this is going to be any good or completely unwatchable. We're finding out together. Let's go. Okay, that's running. So while it runs, we wait. I'm gonna do something else. That it was actually faster than I thought. It took about 2 minutes to complete a 5-minute video. Let's see if it's any good.
Okay, this is a chicken.
What's the joke?
I'm gonna point to things on the chicken and you have to tell me what they are. Are you ready?
Okay. What the fuck? That's sick. That's so cool. So that's what the internet finds funny. I guess I need to tweak the subreddits. So, one button press. Reddit scrapes. It already did the curation work. I'm just automating the download and compile step. Videos download, everything gets re-encoded, titled, then stitched. I never have to manually make a meme compilation again. And the config file means that I can change whatever goes into the compilation with one line change. No code changes whatsoever. Different subreddits, different vibe, different compilation. Then this can trigger anything. There's a serial listener that runs a Python script. There's no reason that it can't trigger something else. Why does it have to be a meme compilation? It can run anything that can be run from the command line. And I haven't decided what to make it do next. The code's on GitHub, full wiring and build is going to be included in the instructables, and I'll put them in the description below. I feel like I need something here.